hit that record. So
Oh,
yeah,
I see you, Craig.
what it is, dummy?
So everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna start a timer to see how long we go.
Okay.
All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Bmore Nerdy Podcast. I am your what?
Oh, you're the host? You're hosting?
I'm hosting.
All right, Joe.
Okay. All right. Excuse us.
First episode, and we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. Damn.
We don't. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
said
Bring
like
us
you
in, Greg.
All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg and Bmore Nerdy Podcast. And today with me we have Diva xoxo.
Hi, loves.
And then DJ Tjones.
Where'd he go?
What happened? Where'd he go?
Do not edit any of this out. Keep it
all.
all.
I won't. He was just here like half a second ago.
I'm taking.
He's talking to Tamika.
Hi, Mika.
Benton says hi.
All right.
Says hi.
Time for you to introduce yourself, DJ Tjones.
There he is.
Bark.
All right. I need to grab some Bluetooth for my ghetto rig real quick.
Understandable. Go ahead and introduce yourself, DJ Tjones, with the ghetto rig.
DJ Tjones. Hold on. Don't tell me these ain't charged.
Oh my God.
It's funny. I have all this sound equipment here, and
I love this.
Y'all ever heard of Murphy's Law?
We're off to a great start. I love it. I love this energy.
Beautiful start.
It means we're gonna do great.
Maybe it's because we're all stuck in the house from the Rona.
From the Rona. First with the Rona bays coming through.
Wait! People are gonna listen to this. Shh.
Expose her.
And there's only one. There's only one because you gotta be careful out here. It's only one.
Mm-hmm. All right, DJ Tjones, you want to introduce yourself?
I ain't hear everybody else's intro. I'm trying to see how
we already went. We were great.
Now you gotta go off the strength.
Yep. All right.
DJ Tjones here. Talk about some anime with you guys today.
There you go.
Sir, there we go.
Next time we do this, it's going to be a lot better.
That's it.
I mean, it's the first show. It can be a little rough. It can be a little rough around the edges. You feel me?
I feel it.
Okay, so as you know, because we probably told you, but if you don't, this podcast is to talk about anime, manga, everything, games, movies, or whatever else is going on in the world. That's anime. To give you a little background about us, we are a group. We are actually family members that are from Baltimore, Maryland, and we just thought it would be a great idea to talk about this because every time we see each other, and when we don't, we always talk about things like this, anime, the shows we love, and how much they mean to us.
Always talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
So, we thought we'd chat some other people's ears off with it for a little while and maybe even start some conversations with y'all. So for today, the first episode, our plan is to get you guys to know us a little bit. We each do our own thing. Well, me and TJ do. I don't know if Ben's gonna start doing something after this, but I have a YouTube channel and a Twitch, and TJ is a DJ.
And I just started a business.
Go ahead and tell us about your business.
Oh, it's a pure romance business, so Google it. I am. I'm selling dicks. So, now I'm starting my own ventures.
All right.
Shout out to the Rona. Got me busy.
Shout out to the Rona. All right. So for today, first thing on the show notes today is our top 5 anime before 2010.
I'm on. What?
He's finally set up. We're how many minutes in?
It's like 5. All right, but top 5 anime before 2010. So the only stipulations I really put on this one is that you can only pick one of the big 3. The big 3 being Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. There we go, my favorite. But
but also if you step on somebody's, if it's higher than theirs, they get it. So like if I don't know, let's say I'm gonna go with Bleach because it's one of the big 10, the big 3. If Bleach is someone else's number 2, they get to talk about it. You can't if it's your number 4.
Okay, so we can each go around. I'll go first. Ben
start with 5.
Start with 5. Number 5.
Yeah, these are all before 2010, right?
Right.
Yep, all before 2010. Right. I looked mine up because there was a couple that were like in 2010.
I was doing the same thing. I was like, I gotta go double check.
That's why I have mine written down. See, you was coming at me for it.
You was prepared. I was not, because also I didn't even ask the question. Does it count movies?
Oh, damn. We didn't even say movies. I didn't put any movies in mine. So
I was thinking, I was like, there's some great movies that came out before then.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Throw them in there. Throw them in there.
Okay. So the first one I'm going to say is something y'all probably haven't seen. It's only like a 24 episode one. Air Gear. Shows it's basically about like electronic roller skates, and these gangs are formed from it who basically jailbreak their roller skates to go dumbass fast, and they have competitions and shit, and it's about this guy named, I think it's Iki. He basically goes around and he's already a young high school thug, but he ends up getting his ass kicked by some people doing it, and he's like, yo, I want to do that shit. So he ends up stealing a pair from his adopted sisters, who end up being like some of the best in the game at the shit. And it ends up starting his journey to create his own crew and become the king of the skies, is what they call it. So that show was tough. I actually liked it. Short little tidbit. Also, your brother can be a little bit of a pervert sometimes, because
you got some etchies in there.
A lot of titties in there, for real. Just
I'm about
titties.
to say, was it hentai? What are we doing?
No. That's another day. No Ahigo faces. Just titties that sometimes show up on screen. But I was more interested in the actual aspect of the show. It was just interesting and cool to watch. But that's my number 5.
Okay. I'll go next. I know you guys have probably heard of this one. Well, probably not some listeners, but you guys have Rurouni Kenshin.
Yes, sir.
I hate the way it ended, but it is one of my favorite animes. Just the whole thing about it. So it's about this guy, and he's what do you call it? He's like a nomad, and he just walks from place to place.
Ronin?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a Ronin. And he's known as Batosai the Manslayer, but he doesn't do that anymore because he changes his ways. But his past catches up with him, and it's him like he doesn't kill anymore. Any of the fighting he does is like supposed to be like merciful. He has a reverse blade, so it doesn't slice, it just bluntly hits. It's a dope little what it's like. Well, the first season is really good, but then they have like a second season, which I'm not a fan of. Like, I wouldn't suggest watch it, but definitely watch the first season. It's so good. It's so good.
The second season, just watch the first one.
Right, just watch the first one.
So we starting off from 5, right?
Starting off with your lowest, yeah.
My lowest, I'm gonna have to go with Metabots. Back in 1999, this came out.
Take it back.
Yes. This is like the Pokemon era, when all the animes was straight copied off Pokemon, and it was like Pokemon, Digimon. So everybody had, or like Beyblade came out. So this one was about a bunch of kids who they had battle robots.
So none of those are on my list.
Holy shit, I actually remember this because I looked it up. I was like, I didn't recognize the name, but I've actually watched this as a kid. That's crazy.
Yes. So if you remember the dub version of it, it was like the only anime they had like a street talking black dude do one of the main characters. So it's a bunch of kids. They battle robots. So main character's robot name was Metabee. That was like everyone's favorite.
I remember that.
Yes.
Oh wow, it's coming back.
That was a classic.
Damn.
It was a classic.
Yes, definitely one of my favorite ones.
I might have to
watch
that now. Shit.
I know. I'm writing down what y'all saying, so I can watch.
I had a feeling that all y'all was gonna go newer stuff, or like not newer, but within that timeline. So I went like old. I got a bunch of 80s stuff on here.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Got me.
Keep us to learn.
Got me something to watch while the Rona's happening. All right. My number 4 is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
You can't. You had that one. That's my number 2.
Suck ass. But
Pick
I'm
another
still
4.
Okay, bet. Afro Samurai, pussy, what's good?
Oh, good one. I haven't seen it though.
If you haven't seen
watch
Afro
it.
Samurai,
I just rewatched it.
It's on my watch list. It's on my watch
watch
list.
that in the movies. The movies are just as good as the show, but the show's short. Once again, another short one. It's like 12 episodes.
Yep.
The show is like really good because it stars a black main character in Japan.
Gotta love it.
And it got Samuel L. Jackson. You can't.
Yeah.
Can't even be mad.
Samuel Jackson.
But it stars a black samurai. He doesn't go by any name other than Afro, and he's traveling with his companion, who is Samuel L. Jackson. Funny as shit, great humor, but 100% pull up. That's something that you're gonna see with all my tops. That they are true pull up animes, like fights on fights. I love fights.
Yes. The fights in that was great, and then also I love the balance of Samuel L. Jackson in it because Afro is silent through the whole movie. Like he rarely talks. So Samuel Jackson brings out like his inner thoughts. That's basically what he plays.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So if you haven't seen Afro Samurai, go watch that shit.
I'm gonna watch it before the next episode.
All right.
Number Hellsing Ultimate.
Yes, sir.
That's my number. So,
right, that's my list.
Oh, it's so good. So Hellsing Ultimate is about this vampire. He's been like, basically he kills other vampires. It's like Blade except for better.
Nigga, this vampire is Alucard.
He is Alucard. But it's not the same Alucard as another Alucard we know. He is better than that Alucard. This man is a boss beast. He doesn't play any games. He can take out anybody. And it's a different kind of anime. It's more adult. It's very gory. So it's not for the faint of heart, but it's so good. It's so good. Like,
also, watch the abridged series. They made that show funny as fuck.
Oh, they haven't
seen it.
They have an abridged. Oh, I love a good abridged series.
I think it's by Team 4-Star too, so it's funny as fuck.
Oh, I bet.
All right, for my next one, I'm gonna get one that's probably on everybody's list. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not on my list.
Not on
It was not on my list. It's not on my list, but I thought about it. I thought about it.
I had to pull it on there because I was debating and I was like, you know what? I had to put Yu-Gi-Oh! On my list because
Yu-Gi boy.
I collected the cards. I mean, everybody collected the cards. Like,
brother, I'm still collecting the cards.
You go to tournaments.
Yes.
Greg, you go to tournaments? Really?
Yes. Yo, I go to a card shop out in fucking Dundalk, and it's mostly black people. They're all super.
Yo, Dundalk.
It's actually a small shop. It's really cool. Like, and you get to see so many different play styles. Like, this April 1st is when a new master rule came out. Like, new rules are still coming out for the game to this day. Yeah. It basically revoked the last rule that made the game harder, but now fusions, synchros, and XYZs all got buffed. So cool. I'm happy about that because I like to play fusions, but that's a story for another day.
I forgot a lot. Like, I thought my list was like a lot, but I forgot a lot. Like, I forgot Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I forgot Pokemon. I forgot Digimon. Like, Digimon should be on my list. Like, what am I doing?
What else we got?
All right.
Greg, you're next.
Yeah,
Greg. Number 3.
Yeah.
Another one about Samurai Champloo.
Yes.
Oh, that's on my list.
You know, I just watched that.
Did you really?
How'd you like it?
I just watched it. I loved it. I just started it. I started it last month, and I just finished it.
What's crazy to me is that at the end, how they made bitch, but Mogan was a whole savage. Like, he had to fight 3 whole dudes versus Jeans 1. But Samurai Champloo is about these 2 guys. They're really good samurais, but completely different. Mogan's wild, while Jean's calm and collected. You know, your whole my shinderu, that shit. Yeah, that's Jean. But Mogan's like pull up. So, but they're helping this girl find her dad, who's known as the Sunflower Samurai, who's supposed to be like one of the strongest samurais, and she hasn't seen him in years. But it's about their adventure, and it's just funny, and it incorporates hip hop along with Japanese culture throughout almost all the anime, and that's something I really liked.
Yeah, they definitely had they had some dope songs in that one, and I hate songs in animes mostly. I skip intros.
Dope. No, I don't.
Not
skip
that
intros.
one. Not that one. But I skip intros. I skip a lot of intros.
I do skip a lot of intros. I don't get it. Everyone's like, you're not a real anime fan if you skip the intros.
Yes, you are.
I've seen it like 30 times already. I'm ready to get to the episode. Especially
every intro.
Especially when
on my list, I watch.
Right, if the fight going on, I'm going episode.
Yes,
I'm skipping the intro. Give me back in it.
Give me the fight. I want to get back to the fight. I've been doing that with what I was watching lately. Black Clover. Like it's in the middle. It ends in the middle. If it ends in the middle of the fight, I'm going to skip it and keep watching. I'm not.
I'm not up to date on Black Clover. I think I'm one episode behind. I'm only one episode behind. I'm one episode. I gotta watch it. I know, cause I'm weird. I don't read manga, which I'm gonna start doing, but I listen to reviews of manga. I do that a lot too. I listen to and a lot be like, reviews. I can't wait till they animate it.
Yes. Yes.
I read the new chapter today. I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all. But
I already know what's going on. Yami showed up, so enough said. Once Yami come, it's whatever. All right, so my number 3.
All right, go ahead. Your number 3.
So now number 3, I might have to replace with something else, only because it's one of the big 3. So it's my big 3. It's One Piece.
Nope, can't have
it. Yes, it did. Oh, you can't. I'm going to say, okay, you can't.
You can't take One Piece from me, nigga. No.
All right. Okay, so I'll put in my other.
You would have had Bleach.
And I knew you was gonna say that. Bleach is my other one, so I had them interchangeable because I thought you might have One Piece. Bleach is one of my favorite anime. All right, it's about Shinigami, which is the Japanese version of a Grim Reaper. Ugh, can't talk. And basically, this guy Ichigo, he is everything. He's a Shinigami. He's a hollow. He's a Quincy. He a human. He everything. He a Fullbringer.
Yeah, but
he can do it all. But basically, I'm really excited about Bleach because the anime is coming back. We're getting an anime adaptation. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I'm hoping they fix a lot of things they did in the manga. I did read that manga because I need to finish it. But it's about Ichigo and him saving his friend Rukia. That's the beginning, which is the best arc. The Soul Society arc and the Katakura Town arc. All those arcs are kind of the best. And then you get into Fullbringer. Ugh. But definitely excited to see it come back. And that's why it's my interchangeable number 3.
Okay.
So before I start mine, let me just ask, how do you feel about live action adaptations? Because I absolutely hate them and will not watch them.
I don't think they should be. It's not.
It's not for live action. That's what I was doing.
And I feel like a lot of people are with it because comic books have been doing a really good job getting converted into live action. But some of the stuff they do in anime, you can't.
It doesn't translate well.
It doesn't translate well at all.
Okay, so there was one live action adaptation that I actually liked, and that was at Otakon 2015. That's the last time I went. And they did a live action adaptation of Rurouni Kenshin. Now that's something that can be done because they actually did it real tough.
But that's easy because Rurouni Kenshin isn't as exaggerated. It's something like a One Piece. Yeah. Something like One Piece. One Piece is about to get a live adaptation. And I don't watch them ever since. And Dragon I don't want to watch it. Oh, that Dragon Ball one was
horrific. we don't talk about that.
I watched Dragon Ball and then I watched which is an American anime. Last Airbender.
Oh,
we don't talk about those.
They were both horrible, and I will not watch any. I will not even. People try to talk me into watching Death Note or the Bleach. I'm definitely.
Well, I heard bad and good things about the Death Note one because they it's on with the anime, but then it's not. So it's like
I heard it was completely off, and that only people that liked it were fangirling over the protagonist.
Oh, see, no, thank you. I haven't seen Death Note either. Don't kill me.
All right, so I gotta go with my next one.
Yep, number 3.
This is gonna be Soul Eater.
Oh yes. God!
I don't even have that. The manga is better than the anime, but it's still great.
I never read it. I only watched the anime.
The anime is good though.
Soul Eater, the second one had great potential, but it did not take off. I don't know. Oh man, the way it started, I was like, okay, you guys could get a good story out of this, but they took it in a horrible direction. But
because there was a Knot Squad.
Soul Eater is about a how do I describe it?
They're Shinigamis too.
Yeah, basically. I was about to say Soul Society. I was like, oh wait, wrong anime.
Wrong anime.
It is a universe where people are either meisters or weapons. And weapons are humans that can change into a weapon. And you have to find, the Meisters have to find the weapons. And they go up against, and one thing, let me say this. Soul Eater finished without being finished.
Yep.
Did everyone notice that?
Kishin Hunter!
Yes.
That shit don't exist in the manga.
And then she ends up becoming a weapon as well. But yeah, so they work together to fight witches, demons, what they call the Kishin is what the demons they eat souls to become a Kishin. And then the weapons can also eat souls to gain power. It's a very crazy, twisted story. Krona, I absolutely love Krona.
Man.
Krona was OP, and they once he turned, like they do with everybody. Once you turn good, then they calm you down. But
make you a bitch.
Yes, Death the Kid was awesome. I love Death the Kid. Black Star, Sabaki, Mifune is awesome.
Mifune is a fucking savage.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Okay.
Greg, your turn.
My number 2 is the most fucked up anime I've ever read, watched, seen. Berserk.
I haven't seen Berserk, but I heard great things.
I heard great things too.
Berserk. Let me just give you guys the quick rundown. And if you want to have a little bit more of a detailed one, watch the death battle of Guts versus Nightmare. They did that. So Berserk is an anime about a guy basically on a quest for redemption, but not really. His name is Guts. He got his name because while marauders were walking through pillaged land, he fell out of his mother's hanging corpse. So they named him Guts. That's how it starts. So this guy, he has a hard life growing up, very hard. But he ends up becoming a great soldier, and he's in this group of friends. And his best friend, he's like, I want to leave the group. I know I'm the best in this bitch. I'm dipping, and I'm taking my girlfriend with you. And his best friend's like, beat me, and you can dip. And his best friend's never been beaten. Beats his best friend. His best friend like, oh, cool, you can leave, but actually goes crazy, kills all of their friends, rapes his girlfriend on top of his friend's dead body, and then makes him watch.
That.
Shit's crazy. And he's on a revenge path to literally hunt down that guy. He actually gets a brand on his neck that attracts demons. So he loses his arm, and demons hunt after him. He gets his dope armor, and he's just after his ex-best friend Griffith. Griffith trying to kill him. Like,
Griffith did nothing wrong.
Hashtag Griffith did nothing wrong. Be a friend like Griffith.
Don't be a friend like Griffith.
Do not.
All right. So my number 2, which you tried to steal for your number 4, is Yu Yu Hakusho. It is best song. I actually know about her. But it's about this. He's not a Shinigami per se, but he's a spirit detective.
They're all Shinigami.
They're all Shinigami. No, he's a spirit detective, and basically he died, and he had to do these tasks to basically prove that he deserved to come back to the living world. And then when he did, he became a spirit detective, taking out spirits and stuff like that. And it's a great series. Even the ending, like, some people weren't happy with it, but I was. I wish they just would have kept it going, but I get it. Like, you don't want to run it too long. But, like, the battles were great. The storylines were great. Kuwabara is everything. He is hilarious. So it's just like... So it's like, he runs around, beating up spirits and putting them in their place. And then you find out some things about him. I am no spoiler, so I won't tell. But you find out some things about him, his family, and then he gets a nice little crew, which, and they're a boss crew. So
very pull up. I love it.
I'm only at 80% of my power. Remember when I was at 80%? Well, I was only at 50%.
Yep.
The whole battle. I'm at 100%. Well, not really. I was only 80%.
Yeah, that's how old school anime went.
Right. But other than that, it's great.
All right. So for my next one, I'm taking it back to 1988. And we're going to do Ronin Warriors.
I don't even exist.
Oh my God. Ronin Warriors. I think that's one of the... That's why it's number 2. This is the second to the first. So this is like the second anime I ever watched. And basically, this is what the Power Rangers wanted to be. Basically, it's guy going around from the netherworld decides that he wants to take over the world, which awakens these ancient spirits, which are called the Ronin warriors, and they get blessed upon these kids and give them powers. They give them special armor and weapons. And it's kind of like I said, like the Power Rangers, but they each all have individual weapons. Like one has 2 swords, one has a staff, one has a bow and arrow, and then they all combine together. They get like supercharged, become super Ronins and stuff. If you have not seen it, please go check it out. This is a great one. I don't know how well it aged because it is 1988, but back then, Ronin Warriors was the shit.
Okay. I looked it up. It looks like the Power Rangers, but it came way definitely.
Yes.
My number one, of course, is One Piece. Why? Because
it's still going on.
Still going on. Great character development. You can honestly skip all the filler. Like, it's funny as hell. And the fights are just great. Like, usually, in your anime, someone develops a new power, has to just pull something out of their ass. Luffy usually just is like, I'm not going down, so we just gonna keep throwing blows until one of us falls, and it ain't me. I'm top 2 and I ain't 2. That's what Luffy is. That's why I like it. Plus, the cast of characters of his crew, like, they aren't anything to mess with. Like, they all have their own unique abilities and skills in which they showcase often. It's not like, oh, it's the Luffy show, like how Dragon Ball Z is for Goku. Like, his crew actually defeats powerful people, which makes it like cool. So
did you ever notice that Zoro always fights handicapped?
What you mean, not using all 3 swords?
No, like he's always injured or something's wrong with all of his fights.
Never noticed that.
Because Zoro is a boss and pain is a figment of the imagination.
Like if he was to really
pain is weakness leaving the body.
Okay, you workout junkies. Okay, Chad.
All I'm saying is nothing's gonna top when he took Luffy's pain.
Oh, nothing happened.
Blood everywhere.
Blood everywhere.
What's your number 1?
Oh, Greg, I know you can guess my number 1.
I probably could, but I want to hear it.
Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood.
That was my number 1.
Oh, damn.
It's everything. And actually, like, I've perfected how to watch it so you can watch Full Metal. You watch like the first couple episodes of Full Metal, and then you start then you start Brotherhood. Mwah. It is a perfect anime. Character development, great battles, great subplots. It's just like great villains.
Question:
ask for a better anime. Like,
how many times do you have to watch this anime over and over, both seasons, to get the perfect mixture of, I should start from here?
Yeah, I don't know how she did that. That deserved to be your number 1 because I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had to start that one.
So yeah. So what people don't realize is Full Metal isn't complete. They finished the anime before the manga was done. So then they went back and did Brotherhood. But they skip a lot of the training with teacher and some of that backstory stuff that you need to understand Edward and Elric, how they got to who they are or whatever. That's in Full Metal that you don't get in Brotherhood. So then you take that, put it with Brotherhood, and then perfect. It's just perfect. Oh, that's my show. Like, I could talk about
You should definitely get a homunculus tattoo then.
You should. I don't know why you don't. Like, one of my friends has it. He has the Full Metal on his forearm.
I should get a homunculus tattoo.
Ooh. All right, TJ, what's your new number 1? Because she stole it.
All right, so I'm going to have to do 2 now. I'm going to do an honorable mention.
Cool.
All right. Okay. So honorable mention is going to be the first ever anime, and Jerome got me on this one. That's how I started anime. That is going to be Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
No.
If you haven't not seen it, watch it.
Please watch Fist of the North Star. Post-apocalyptic world. Just a lot of blood and guts. He kills a guy with a finger. It's just it's like 2 fingers. He just like starts jabbing him 2 fingers. It's absolutely
that was
crazy.
clean until you said 2 fingers.
Yeah. About to kill Jordan with your 2 fingers.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm still his sister.
Dog, you got on the mic saying that you selling dicks. You have no right.
It's not just dicks. We have healthcare products too. Make your skin great. It's not just pleasure.
But we're not invited, so I mean,
sexist.
It is a sexist thing. Men's aren't invited to the parties, but you're more than welcome to buy products. You know, I'll check out my website.
So you'll take my money, but not my company.
Yes. Jesus. I feel like any woman would say that.
This is like reverse prostitution. Yeah. All right.
So for official number one. Official number one is going to have to be Death Note because I love thrillers.
Oh,
okay. I vibe with that because I didn't watch Death Note.
I didn't watch it,
but I did watch a summary of it. So I instead of spending 13 episodes,
no, Greg, go
watch it.
There's no fighting. It's just like it's.
Oh no, I know. It's all like thriller.
It's a mind game. Basically, if you love like psycho movies and stuff like that, where like serial killers or like people trying to fight for like criminal minds and stuff like that, you'll love this show. It's just
I think Jordan would like it because she likes Criminal Minds and she liked what's that? Saw,
yeah, it's like that. Basically, a kid he gets the power to kill people by writing their name down in a book.
Where do you get it from?
A Shinigami.
From Shinigami. Like he loves apples.
Yes.
But it's just crazy. He's a super genius, and so they hire a person to track him down, which is also a super genius, and they just keep going back. It's like watching an ultimate chess game. They keep going back and forth, back and forth. He's trying to figure out who he is, and he's trying to kill him, and it's absolutely crazy. So if you ever get a chance to watch Death Note, please watch Death Note.
Okay, so now
wait, did you have any more honorable mentions, Greg, before we go to the next half?
Nope, all my honorable mentions were my side pieces that I said, so I'm good.
I have some honorable mentions.
Oh God, your 10 list. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm not going to explain them. Well, I'll do a little blurb. Inuyasha, of course. It's the first anime I've ever watched.
Yep, gotta put that on there.
You know, just the isekai girl gets taken to a strange land, cute guy. And I think it was because Inuyasha was cute when I was younger. Cute guy saves her life and, you know, then
long-haired bad boys.
Cowboy Bebop, classic.
Yeah,
like,
classic. Yep.
It's just the classic.
That has my favorite voice actor, Stephen Bloom.
Really?
Shout out to him. Yes, he's actually my favorite voice actor because of that role. It sparked his career, and he does a lot of funny roles and really serious ones. If you didn't know, Stephen Bloom actually does Orochimaru.
Really?
Does he?
Yeah, he has a lot of range, actually.
Obviously. That voice is ugh. And then so Cowboy Bebop just you know, apocalyptic world. Is it post-apocalyptic? I guess. Like they're in space and they're cowboys. And then well, I don't know if I should hold on to this one because it might be out after 2010, but technically it's before.
Yeah, don't say it if it's after. Don't say it if it's after.
It's technically before though.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna wait until I hear y'all 2010 and then I'll
I actually had a question on here for what was the first anime that you watched, and since you both say mine, as basic as it fucking was, it was DBZ/Naruto. I watched them both on the same night.
Yeah.
And I guess that might be why I like so much pull up because
that's all they are.
Yeah, that's all they are. There's zero
up.
plot in DBZ. There is some plot in Naruto, but just pulling up is what I liked. But yeah, that was my first. If anyone was curious,
yeah, Inuyasha was my first.
So now we're doing top 5 after 2010. So the stipulation for this is you can have 2 of the big 3.
Wait, what?
Which are you can have 2 of the big 3 in there, which are My Hero, Black Clover, and Demon Slayer, because those are the big 3 at this moment.
That's BS.
LMAO. I mean, we could lessen it to 1, but I might have to change a little bit of this list. But
okay, that's cool.
At the same time, I actually have like 6 things on here just in case because I needed a sub. This is a hard one. Yeah, so at my number 5, once again going with the pervy style with it, High School DxD. I did not expect to enjoy this. If you haven't seen it, it's basically an anime.
If it has high school in the name, it's pervy. I'm
no.
Like it's still high school. Okay.
Yes, it's a shonen though. It's a shonen because it's very pull up. but at the same time, it's hella comedy and a lot of titties. But you get used to it because at a certain point, by the 5th episode, you've been like, I'm tired of this shit. It's like how Food Wars is with the foodgasms. So it's like that.
But they toned it down in Food Wars, definitely.
They don't turn it down in High School DxD. And you learn why later.
They got like Hisoka's going on in there.
Yeah. But the
Hisoka was the worst.
The worst.
But the reason I like High School DxD is because it's about a guy. He's basically a nobody. He's never had a girl. You know, your basic pervy high school dude who beats his meat all the time. But he ends up getting killed by an angel, actually. Or a demon. Angel. My bad. Angel. So he ends up getting killed by an angel, and he gets revived by a demon. He becomes her slave. But it's called, they're called royal pieces. So he's her pawn, but he's all of her pawns. And you know, in a chess game, the pawn's actually the most powerful piece because it can become any other piece. But he finds out that he has demonic powers that he didn't know called sacred gears. And his sacred gear was this power that they thought just multiplied his power by 2. It was like a critical hit, but it actually was one of the top 5 strongest. And he ends up learning to control it and becomes dumbass powerful demon. And you learn why the show's so pervy, because since he's such a pervert, unlike the previous users of the power, he gets his power, like they got their power from being power hungry and wanting more. He gets his power from A, wanting to protect people, and B, wanting to see titties. So there's a literal moment in the show where he pokes his master's tit and he gets like a dumbass power boost.
What?
Yeah, like someone threatened to cut the dimension in half, and his teacher was like, yo, you know what happens if he cuts the dimension in half? He's like, what? All the titties get cut in half. And he was like, nah, and beat the fuck out of him. Like, it was crazy. So
I love that you can admit your perviness.
So I see why you were Jordan. We see why you were Jordan.
Look, but it's actually like funny as hell. So funny, pull up, and tits. So there you go for me. That's my number 5 at the bottom. Benta, go ahead.
Okay, so my number 5 has a switch back and forth. So I'm gonna say my favorite one. I'm gonna go with 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, thank God I didn't put that on my list.
Yes.
I knew it was coming.
So 7 Deadly Sins is about this princess, and she has to go on a quest to find the 7 Deadly Sins. She finds one, and you end up finding out that, you know, they've known each other a little bit more than you thought. And they are OD powerful, all of them. Like the first season, it's a little like, for people who like shonen, it's a little goofy, I guess. That's what I've heard. But like, it's not. Like, it gets real serious real quick. Like seasons 2 and 3, all the feels. I'm not caught up. I think I'm 1 episode behind right now, but trust me, I'm about to have an anime day and just catch up.
Ban! Danshu!
All right, so this one's going to be out left field because I found about this one like 2 years ago. They just came out with season 2. I'm not all the way caught up, but Yuku Holder.
No.
Yes.
Yuku Holder is
you put me onto that one.
Yes, man. I was scrolling through YouTube and it was like best fight scenes of 2017 or something, like 2018, and I saw one of the fights on there. I was like, yo, I gotta check this show out. So basically, it's about a kid. He's being raised by what you think is his aunt. And one day he comes home from school, and this guy is just cutting his aunt in half. And his aunt, like the rest of her body, comes over to him and just bites him. And then he passes out in a coma and wakes up. And he's like strong as hell, and he kills the guy. He later finds out that there are Eternals in the world, basically immortal people that live forever, and there are different classes of them. One is a vampire. His aunt was a vampire, so she bit him so he could become a vampire as well. Some reason they're not born what they are. They have to be changed into what they could become. And then he ends up finding out that there's a whole society of these people. He moves and goes to school and train with them. He finds out that his grandfather was like one of the most powerful immortals ever to exist. And basically everybody's in love with his grandfather. His grandfather was like the dude. So that chick wasn't really his aunt. It was like one of his grandfather's side pieces that raised him. And it absolutely gets wild. He has like a sword where he could change the weight of the sword. So like he learns how to master it really quick. It's very crazy. Like he does this one move, he jumps into the air and he makes the sword like 2,000 pounds and he goes slamming into the ground and it drops down on top of the villain or whoever it is that he's battling against. The one thing I don't like about it is he keeps leveling up like crazy and they're not explaining it.
Like when he learned to not move the world with his feet, but like how do he learn to do like that shit?
Yeah, or like even like the first fight I saw, like he like grows like the demon. He grows like wings and his arms grow bigger and stuff like that. Like they're not explaining any of it. He's just like getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They're not explaining it. And that's happening in actually a lot of animes.
Yeah,
like power of friendship.
Yeah,
that's what it is sometimes.
Sometimes that makes me mad. Like even like with Fire Force. I don't know.
Don't talk about Fire Force.
Okay, don't.
Oh.
We will have to discuss that one, but go ahead. I'm done.
Wait, one quick note I wanted to add. You wouldn't believe this, but his grandfather Neji, he was actually in a shogo a long time ago.
Yes, this is like I forgot to mention it. This is the part 2 to that shogo, basically,
which had like almost no action, which is crazy to me. So
yeah, it was like a school. His grandfather was a teacher at like a school. And like it didn't have any action, and they came out with a part 2. It just flipped the script about like the whole thing. Like they changed everything to what it was about.
Yep. All right, my number 4.
Yeah.
Is it's probably on you guys' list, so I probably won't get to talk about it. My Hero Academia.
It is not on my list.
Not on my list either.
Oh,
you got it.
You can have it.
Because I thought it was only one of the big 3.
So I took it because I actually like the way the plot's progressing, and I like the character growth. If you don't know about it, My Hero Academia is a story that takes place in, I guess, the future, where these abilities are developed called quirks. 80% of the world has them at this point, and these people become superheroes or supervillains, depends on how they're feeling, and it's just about the society. And the main character's name is Midoriya Izuku. He has no powers whatsoever, but he gains the power of One for All, which is the power that can be transferred from generation to generation by its wielder.
Young Deku.
And it ends up evolving, and it's all this crazy stuff. But where it is right now, I know you guys are watching / reading. Wow. Like,
yes.
This war is crazy.
Cool. Yo, Miracle is one of my favorites. After what she did. Yes, after what she did. Absolutely amazing.
Savage.
She's savage. She is savage.
I wouldn't expect someone. I would expect someone like that to be like, "Oh, I'll have a bunny. I can't be a hero." No, she took that and ran with it. Literally.
Yes. But like, and then like the other thing about My Hero is like you get it's things like the Endeavor arc. Like that's deep stuff. Like it's not just your typical like, oh, we're gonna fight because you're a villain. I'm a superhero. No, it like digs deep because Endeavor, he got problems.
And he acknowledged that he had problems when he was fighting this.
Eventually, not when you meet him.
Took him 13 years, but he did it. But
it took abusing his whole family, but you know.
Look, we're here and we're queer, all right? One of my favorite things is that every character plays a large role. It's not like I said, Dragon Ball Z, where it's the Goku show, where Goku has to get another power up to beat the villain. No, it's like I'm gonna get this power up, but so are my friends. And we're gonna jump you, and that's something that I always hated about anime. Like, how come the main character never 1v1 the villain? They always jumping.
There's a couple people in class A that needs a upgrade now.
They do they need to.
Where's my man? It's time to go get a buff.
Yeah, or Sugar Rush.
What is going on with him?
Why don't he
gonna start injecting himself with straight up insulin?
That's what he's gonna do. Watch. That's gonna be wild.
Penta, go ahead.
All right, we're on number 4. Mm-hmm. So, Greg, you mentioned it a little bit, but now I'm gonna dive in, unless I can't. Food Wars.
That's my spare, so you're good.
Ah, bet.
All the Ahigo faces.
So, Food Wars is an anime, and it's about basically a cooking school where the best of the best come out from. And this kid, he goes there and he's basically like, he's from like basically your run-of-the-mill pop shop, you know, pop mom and dad's food spot. And he tells everybody, look, I'm the best one and I'm going to be the best. I'm about to be number one. Like, everybody looking at him like he crazy, but he proves it. He put his dick on the table. And I loved it. I love that big dick energy.
Slaps are right there.
But it's a little etchy. Like you get like, I mean, they have food gasms, but if anyone knows me, I'm fat and that's how I feel when I eat. So I related it to it on a whole nother level. I was feeling it.
A horny level.
A horny level, right. But it's also like but you get like battles, but it's not like fighting. Like they cooking and they make it feel like they're actually like fighting for real. It's really, really good. If you like food, I mean, ask Greg. That's how Jordan started watching anime.
To be honest, like no, it's the scenes are well crafted. Like how you love some fighting scenes in anime. No, these scenes are super well crafted in terms of like how they look. They make the food look delicious. You can actually make some of the foods. Tell you how. So like in the first episode, he makes a gacha roast, and it's basically a pork roast that's made out of bacon and potatoes. So it all looks good. Everything they've cooked thus far, I don't even like the vegetarian stuff that he made, but it looks delicious. So what
you got to do is you got to go on YouTube and type in Food Wars versus Reality and just watch it. I'll see that you got to, if you guys video watch, someone cooks the food that they have on the show and they have it like split screen lined up how it looks in real life versus Food Wars. It looks ridiculous. I don't even watch Food Wars, but that food looks really good.
So if you haven't seen it, we're all recommending it. Go watch
all recommending it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. All right, TJ, all right. You're number 4.
Number 4, we're gonna go with the superhero, One Punch Man.
One Punch.
Yes.
One Punch Man. You know, ever since like Marvel took off, everybody's been going on in a superhero direction with like shows and stuff like that. But One Punch Man took it in a whole new direction. Instead of having someone startup story about how they got their powers and learning how to use their powers and stuff like that, this guy shows up and he's automatically the most powerful being ever.
I'm still for fun.
Yes. He decided, I forgot, what was the origin? He got beat up and he started working out, and then out of nowhere he has ultimate power. Like he kills all of the enemies with one punch, hence the name One Punch Man. And the show is amazing because no one knows that he's as good as he is. That's what I love about it. He's going around destroying all the monsters and not even trying to take the credit for it. And he has his own little team of followers. Each person that finds out how powerful he is, they decide to start following him. And it just gets good. You got to go check it out.
One thing though, if you are a traditional anime watcher, it may not be for you because it makes fun of everything that anime is.
Yes, it makes fun of like the whole superhero world. It makes fun of anime, everything. But it's fun. Even with the reverse, you know, with anime, even like with Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, when you get powerful, you get longer hair. They went opposite. He got powerful, he went bald.
Yeah, I lost all my hair because of this power, bro. That's the next stage of power. They just haven't gotten that far yet.
His attitude is awesome. His chill, relaxed attitude. And if you just want to snip it, go look up Gino versus Saitama.
That's actually what got me to watch that show. My friend showed me that.
That is the best fight. And it wasn't even a fight.
He wasn't even trying, yo.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
All right, Greg, number 3.
Number 3 speaks to my nerdiness. Dr. Stone.
Oh, that's in my backup. She good.
Same here. That's my backup.
Dr. Stone is something completely different. I have not witnessed an anime like this ever. And I'm pretty sure there's one out there, but this one does it to a whole nother level. I'm reading it too. And I thought it was going to end where it was, but they have so much more that they're doing with this. Yeah. And the cast of characters get so big, it's ridiculous. Like, Dr. Stone is about the world. It basically gets petrified, and no one knows how. And this guy, I don't even remember his name. What the fuck? Senku. There we go. His name. This guy Senku. He breaks out of the stone to find this new world. And the entire time he was encapsulated in stone, he counted for over 1,000 years. He counted and kept himself sane inside of that stone barrier, and he's like trying to revive everyone and unpetrify the world. That's basically the premise of the show. But because of it, when he unpetrifies like his first 3 people, one of the guys is a straight savage. He literally killed. Yeah, he's a psychopath. He killed a lion with his bare hands, and his ideology is
makes no sense.
His ideology is adults, when they ruled the world, they said, this is mine. They were cruel. They beat people. I'm not going to do that. The world's going to be ruled by kids. Everyone that's an adult is going to die by my hands. So then he was like, I can't let you do that. I'm going to revive everyone and be the greatest scientist there ever was. And it leads to a lot of conflict between the 2 groups that eventually leads to more stuff happening. And you get to see basically them go from the literal Stone Age to the modern age with nothing. And the show teaches you how to do all these things. It gives you like tidbits of what not to do, like to make an explosion and shit throughout. So definitely a watch if you're interested. Like my rule of thumb is get to the 3rd episode. If you don't like it by then, stop. So
yes,
that's every anime. Rule 3.
Yes.
So that's my number 3. Rule of 3 for number 3. Let's go.
My number 3 is Devil is a Part-Timer.
That's actually funny as shit. I saw that.
Never watched that.
It's so good. It's only like 12 episodes. I wish they come out with a 2nd season on Netflix. It's so good. Basically, the devil gets isekai'd to our world, so he gets brought here, loses all his powers, and basically has to figure out how to live. So he gets a part-time job at what is McDonald's. So the devil is working at McDonald's, and this girl, she gets brought here as well. Like they got brought here in a battle, and one of his servants is here as well. And she sees him, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's the devil! Like I have to fight you." And he's like, "I'm just trying to do my job. Like I'm just trying to make $1 million a month." Like he does not care about any of that anymore, ruling the world stuff. But of course, what happens? Their world comes over, and he has to start dealing with stuff. But like, he's just so boss. Like, granted, he only gets his powers like in chaos, so like things have to be going like terribly wrong for us people. Like people gotta be dying and things gotta get destroyed. But when he does get his powers, he is the devil, and he is boss nigga. So that was a part-timer. It's only like 12 episodes. It's quick. It's funny. So if you want something light, that's a good one. That's why it's like my number 3. Like I've watched it a couple times because it's only 3. It's only like a season.
All right. So for my number 3, I'm going to say Hunter x Hunter, the remake 2011.
See, that's why I didn't say it in my other technically for 2010. But okay, see, I didn't say it.
Yep, the remake came out after 2000. Yep. Hunter x Hunter is about the worst dad in anime history. I don't care. Y'all can say Goku has it. Y'all can say Goku has it, but Goku
a lot of bad dads.
Is that like a trope in anime to just be a bad dad?
Because Gon didn't go. He didn't even go see Gon in the hospital.
He did not go see him until even after what's name hit him.
Nope.
He punched him. He still didn't go see his son.
And then when he did go see him, he said, "Go see your friend. Don't talk to me." What?
Hunter x Hunter is about a world where monsters exist, and not just monsters, different creatures, all kinds of things in the world. It's like kind of like a mystical world, and there are these guys called hunters. You have to take an exam to get your hunter's license, and once you become a hunter, you can go around the world and just exploring the world and track you like with your little Pokedex. And you go around and you just put down what you see, all kind of creatures you encounter on your travels. It centers around our protagonist, Gon Freaks. Gon wants to be just like his dad. His dad was a hunter. His dad left him when he was a kid to be the world's greatest hunter, which he succeeded in doing. That's one good thing. At least he achieved his dream. But then he never comes back home. And he knows to find his dad, he must follow the same path that his dad did. He has to become the world's greatest hunter. So he goes and takes the exam where he meets up with a bunch of different shady individuals and good lifetime friends that he makes. Killua is one of the best ever. One of my favorite anime characters.
He is the most pull-up best friend. Like he's
ever.
People aspire to have. It was no question if anyone messed with Gong. If Gong said we pulling up, Killua didn't ask questions. He was just there.
Yes. He just pulled up.
So
get you a friend like Killua.
Hashtag Killua did everything wrong.
Don't get a friend like Kurapika. Whatever you get. He never came back around.
He didn't. But Kurapika is badass because he came to a fight with a shovel because he knew he was gonna win.
Yo, that was a great. I would love to see them continue it and had what was his name? What was the bad guy with the book?
I
can't remember.
Frollo.
Yes, I would love to see him get his powers because that's what he ended up doing. He ended up leaving to find someone to give him his powers back.
Now, okay, so fun fact, I don't know if everybody knows this, the mangaka of Hunter x Hunter is the mangaka of Yu Hakusho. Yeah, so same person. And what happens with Hunter x Hunter is he takes a lot of breaks because he didn't do that with Yu Hakusho, and by the end of it, he was really sick and all this other stuff. He had these health problems. So, and also he's married to the mangaka of Sailor Moon.
Did not know that.
Yeah. I'm such a fucking nerd. It's so
you
bad.
You know how to watch Full Metal Alchemist. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna go back and watch it again just to see.
I'll send you the episode numbers. So, he takes a lot of breaks with Hunter x Hunter, and that's why it's been so long for us to get even to this point. So there is more. We just have to wait.
All right. That's it for me with my number 3. Go ahead,
Greg. Right, my number 2 was previously mentioned. Let's go with the Fire Force. So,
really,
this one just came out.
Can we argue about this? Can we argue about Fire Force?
Sure. let me just get through what I gotta say first.
Let's do it.
So, I like this one. This anime is about a guy named Shinra. I forgot his last name, but Shinra. He is a 3rd-generation fire soldier who can shoot fire from his feet. Nowhere else, because I don't know why, but this show's weird. When you have one specific firepower, that's how you distribute it. Not through your hands, anywhere else. That's the weird thing I don't like, but whatever. I like this because once, like another show I like, it is straight up just pull up. It's fight after fight after fight. And they don't waste time with showing people in the hospital or explaining too much of the background. They're like, look, this is what it is. Live with it. And he's like, oh shit, every time. So it moves really fast. And the motives of the 8th squadron or 8th station are different from the motives of the other 7 because apparently someone's creating infernals. And you find that out really early in the show. And I actually didn't know there was a part 2 to the first season for a long time, but then I watched it and it was just so much more pull up and I loved it. But go ahead. You can say why you don't like it.
All right. Powers make absolutely no sense. Absolutely no. None of their powers. Some of their powers make good sense. Like, okay, that's how that works. That's how that works. Bubblegum dude does not make any sense.
Well, they try to make it make sense. I'll give you that. The bubblegum dude.
They explain it, and then you listen to the explanation, and you're like, no, that still don't make sense, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Shima brother, his powers are amazing. Still does not make sense.
It makes perfect sense. All right, I can explain that one because I know a lot about that shit from thermodynamics. Basically, they explain his brother's power, who you find out is alive, his first season. I don't care if I spoil it.
Spoiler.
It's too late. It's been spoiled. His brother's powers are to stop. He has control over thermal radiation. So if you literally stop all thermal radiation, which is literally the expansion of our universe, you stop time. That's why every time he did it, if he sits in there too long, he starts to freeze because he's literally stopping the world from expanding with heat.
So is he stopping it around him? Is he keeping it going around himself? That's what doesn't make sense. How is he moving when slowing down time?
I guess he just...
And how can Shinra outspeed the slowdown of time?
Okay, so I can explain that. So think of the temperature absolute zero, where nothing moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a molecule is moving fast enough, it's generating heat. So if this molecule is moving incredibly fast in one direction, like Shinra was doing, then it's going to be the only thing not going absolute zero. And that's why they explained it as he's only gone for a split second to the naked eye. And that's because during that split second, when everything freezes, he's still moving and he's slowing down. And that's why he was able to collide with him. And that's why in that fight, that's why it ended the way it did, because he went too fast. So instead of having that moment where they're in the same place at the same time. He was moving so fast that he was invisible even to what he called the frozen world.
All right, I'll let you have that one. I'm still waiting for them to tell how Arthur almost dodged him, because that was amazing.
Yeah, I want to know that, how he's how his senses are just that keen. Like, he always knows what the fuck is going on.
He almost dodged. Even Shira's brother noticed it. He was like, "Hey, he almost dodged my attack." He didn't dodge it, but he was damn near close to dodging it.
Look, it could have been so much worse, is what they were hinting.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let that slide. Whatever. It was a
Next.
All right, Ben, to your number 2.
All right, my number 2 is Black Clover.
You suck.
Nope, you can't have it.
Oh, I can't.
No.
Okay, so, okay. I don't know if this really deserves my number 2 yet, but just because I literally just finished it today is getting that honor. Castlevania.
Ooh, Castlevania is good. It is really, really yikes.
Yo, what? I don't know what I've been doing.
You should have heard me when I was in here watching it at my house. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was looking at the TV, and I was like, I knew something was up. I said, I knew
something was up. He had dick and pussy.
I knew something. Both of them. Wait. With Hector and with Alucard, I was screaming at the TV like, "Why are y'all doing this?" I was like, "You know something's wrong."
I was like, and then but I wanted to be happy. Alucard, you know what? He deserves this. He deserves happiness. Everything's gonna be okay. And it wasn't. It wasn't okay. And I was sad. I was really sad. But okay, so Castlevania is about Dracula. They kill his wife. He goes insane. And then Alucard, who is his son, has to team up with a speaker, and she's a magician. And a guy, he's from the House of Belmont. He's a demon slayer, anything from Hell Slayer. And they have to team up to defeat, his dad. And it goes on a little past that. I will give 0 spoilers. But Alucard deserves happiness and love. He does. They got him in here crying. Oh, man. I'm still feeling it.
Stop crying. I know he does. He does. They turned him evil.
They turned, and that's what I see season 4 being like. Alucard's about.
The crazy thing is, I watched it. I gotta say about the lineage of the video game and how the video game went. And they're trying to figure out how they're going to work the video game aspect into the show, because the video game it did like how JoJo does. Every game that came out, it followed a new son of Belmont.
Okay.
So like it was new generations, and they're just like, are they going to skip generations? Like, what are they going to do when it comes back? I want to see what they're going to do too, because I think they're just making a whole new show. And what I'm glad about is the Devil May Cry. When I saw that they were making a Devil May Cry anime and it's going to be a spinoff from that show, that's when I went to go watch that show. I was like, well, I got to watch Castlevania then. And then I was like, oh, Castlevania is actually really, really good. So
I feel like I don't know where it belongs, but I'm gonna give it number 2 today, just because I just figured the shit.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's a good one. It's very good. It
was good. All right, it's on you, TJ.
All right, number 2 for me is a show that went unfinished, and I'm not sure why it got canceled. I think the company that made the show went bankrupt or something. But it's Gangster. Huh. Gangsta is Gangsta, not Gangster. Gangsta. Gangsta is a great show. It's about super soldiers. They call them tags, and these people are they're basic government experiment started super soldiers, but then the super soldiers had kids and stuff. So it's a society of people that have enhanced strength, intellect, and all that. And basically, they're used as slaves. People buy them, they own them, and all that other stuff, and they give them to do their dirty work for them. And it's this one kid. He's growing up, and his family's rich, and they have one of those tags working for him as a security guard. And this is his own personal security guard. And they're both kids at the same time. They're both 14 years old, and they actually become really good friends. The one tag, he's deaf. His name's Daniel. And him and Daniel become really good friends. He teaches Daniel how to read and write. And then one night, I keep forgetting the main character's name. Nick. That's his name. Nick, father kills his mother, but then blames it on Nick because the father was like drunk. So he goes. It's absolutely crazy. So Nick and Daniel decide to run away, and then they end up living in the streets, and they become gangsters. Nick become a prostitute for a long time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it is absolutely wild. The fight scenes are amazing, especially when the super soldiers are going against each other. Absolutely crazy. Daniel carries a sword around, and there's different levels to it. You know how the Fire Force is, whether it was like grade 3, grade. So like they gauge them off their deadliness and how deadly they are. And there also is enhancement drugs for these tags. So these tags can take drugs to make them stronger as well. And like they just go at it. When they fight, I'm telling you, great show. Like Daniel, he meets this one kid. He like uses 2 swords, and the kid gets hired to kill somebody that Daniel was paid to protect. And they're just going at it in the street. They're just fucking each other up. They're jumping on and off rooftops, and it's amazing. But you definitely gotta go check out Gangster.
Got it.
All right.
Greg,
number 1.
Number 1.
Y'all already know what this is. Madonna! Black Clover. Boy Asta. Loud as shit. Annoying as hell. But love the kid. Why? That catchphrase just never gets old. He don't lay down. Like Bean said, get down and lay down, and he ain't getting down. So
surpass your limits.
Yeah, surpass your limits, said Yami, who is also a savage. But Black Clover is a story. It's your basic shonen. You know, I want to be the Wizard King, says Asta and Yuno, his rival. Yuno has immense power from birth, and no one knows why. And Asta has no powers. But he ends up getting his own grimoire 5-leaf, which has a demon in it, and he has the ability to wield swords that have anti-magic capabilities. So he becomes like super known throughout the kingdom so far, and it's just crazy about his adventures. And there's already been 2 wars. A third one's about to is happening. And right now, where they are in the manga is just so great, and I'm hoping he gets another buff soon, because just hearing what Anime Balls Deep has to predictions, I already have my own about it.
I love Anime Balls Deep.
Time to go.
I love it.
I am hoping that we get to see some angels and potentially God the series, because I don't see the series ending anytime soon in terms of that. Because we still have to learn about Asta's past. We still have to learn more about Yuno's past, and where their powers come from, and the demon world. So hopefully we do. But if you haven't seen Black Clover, I encourage you to not listen to the rule. Watch 6 because
he yells. He's annoying.
He is so annoying.
Oh, he is very annoying.
But they tone him down so much.
You get used to it, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do they tone him down, or do you get used to it?
Both.
You get used
to it, and then it becomes a time where he doesn't yell as much because the camera isn't on him. Like, you meet so many characters that play an important role in the story. Like, every character is powerful, but like you get to see them grow as well. So it's a lot like that. Those other animes that are like My Hero, where it's like you get to see the characters grow, and the supporting cast is just as important as the main character. Because I didn't think I'd get to see Yami pull up, but the fights I've seen him in goes hard.
That's all Yami does. That's all I gotta say. Dark Dimensional Slash. Like, woo. God.
He is just
every time.
He's a boss. He's a boss.
And then with these recent chapters, he got more to his arsenal.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say. But
who doesn't love a time skip?
Exactly. So definitely, it's a definite watch, but just be patient with it. And if you can't handle Asa's voice, read the manga, because it's great. Period. Point blank. It's pull up. It's got great story, and the supporting cast is actually really funny.
Yep.
And it's worth the watch.
You guys are all my friends, and I love you so much. But my number 1 is Vinland Saga. If you haven't watched Vinland Saga, watch Vinland Saga. It is it's perfect. It's a perfect anime. I can say it. So it's about Vikings, and you think it's gonna be about Thor's, and it's not. It's more so about his son, Thorkill.
Thorfinn.
No, Thorfinn. Yeah, Thorkill is another guy who's a boss.
His uncle.
His uncle, actually. Yeah. But it's about Thorfinn, and the anime is 24 episodes right now. It's going to come out with a season 2, but it's just a prologue. Please know, this is just a prologue. It's basically about how Thorfinn gets his mentality, how he becomes who he is. But it's got pull-ups, it's got backstabbing, it's got plotting, like it's everything that you want out of an anime. And it's about the Vikings, so it's got that cool little aspect to it too. I love Vinland Saga. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon, Hulu, Crunchyroll, all those good.
It's not on Hulu. You can't watch it on Hulu. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
But if you can watch it,
use the Cartoon TV app.
I do. It's on Cartoon TV.
I love Cartoon TV.
I loved it. It got deleted, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I still have mine.
I still have mine too. That's what Roland told me. He was like, "Yeah, mine don't work. Mine do."
Mine does.
I'll brag about that.
I'm pissed that happened to me.
But yeah, it's really good.
My last one, because I'm finally just caught up on this one. Attack on Titan.
Yes!
And I got Titan laying on the floor right now next to me.
Please tell me that you saw. So you're caught up. Like
Manga
I haven't read
or anime.
Anime.
Anime. Don't spoil.
I was about to say something. Woohoo! I'm just gonna say y'all in for the ride of a life.
If you don't like,
only
if you don't
at
like
the 2-year time skip,
right? If you don't like Aaron, wait until this.
I say he's justified only because literally
so justified.
He's justified because what they didn't want to happen happened. Didn't want to happen. That's all I gotta say.
So you sold us nothing at all.
That's the point.
I love it is because it's no connections unless you're a part of. You ever watch it's like Supernatural. Supernatural. If you're not part of the main clique, you're gonna die.
Hell, if you're a part of the main clique,
you might die.
You might die. You're just gonna come back later.
But that's the thing. I actually love the show. Like I've been reading. I have to read the latest chapter. I'm pretty sure it just came out today or yesterday. And where it is right now, like you guys, the show ends with a 2-year time skip, and then finally getting to the ocean. Sure, but there's another 3 years that's about to happen, and just the amount of power.
I can't wait for that.
The amount of wars they have, the amount of absolute carnage that goes on is ridiculous. And
that's what I love about it. And I love the fact of Levi. Levi is amazing, dude. No superpowers. He doesn't turn into a Titan. He's just a badass.
He's just a badass.
Yeah. Yo, Levi, if you want to be interested in Attack on, this is a season 2 clip. Look up Levi versus Kenny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You will see how badass Levi is. And that's one of his best moments, but he has so many of those that it's like you can't fuck with Levi. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Even in the manga. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about because Levi's unfuckwittable, period.
Did y'all have any honorable mentions that y'all didn't miss?
Of course, I have to go Last Airbender. I mean, this is not.
It's not an anime.
It's not an anime. It's an American anime. I count it as an anime.
It's an anime. I count it too.
That thing's an anime. I don't care what nobody says. Plot amazing. Character development.
Has anybody read farther? Because they have like webcomic, and I heard it's really, really good.
I did not read it. They got the Korra books coming out. Then they're supposed to be doing the live action Netflix on there. So I'm praying for good things from that. Netflix.
So one thing
been pretty good
lately is they could make another season, and I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad if they made a season with an earthbending avatar because
I would love it. You have you seen the fan fiction going around? There's a bunch of fan made avatar for a new one. His name is like Avatar Jin or something like that.
Oh, cool.
I did not, but I've been watching a lot of stuff where this next avatar doesn't have all the other. He has no connection to the previous avatars, and in the books they actually talk about how Korra has to start writing journals for the next avatar to read. And every avatar now has to do that because all of the connections are broken. So they won't even be connected to her. So the only way she can be connected is through they can be connected is through reading. I thought that would be an interesting hurdle.
Oh, that'd be really good. I would love that. I would like for them to do a prequel and do a full story of Avatar 1.
And Juan.
He was a fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't like they have a cute little blurb about it, but they don't really talk about it like the first Avatar.
They had like 3 episodes about it.
Yeah. But like they dug deep and like had episode to episode about his life. I would love to see that.
I'd watch it. I'd definitely watch. All right. So we have honestly hit a solid hour. So Benta, you were right about that one.
I told you once we started talking and going back and hour. Boom, boom.
So the last question I had was, this will be our closing question, was, are there any seasons, shows, or episodes you are excited for in 2020?
Food Wars season 4 coming out. 5th place
season.
Mm-hmm.
My Hero Academia. I'm ready to get to the war.
I'm ready for the war too. I'm ready for the war.
So TJ's not gonna like it. I'm ready for that, but since y'all said Fire Force 2, I'm ready to see what's going on, how he's gonna get stronger, the pull up. Because I want to read the manga.
Oh, I'm still watching. I'm fully invested in Fire Force.
Oh, and hold on.
I want to see how this ends now, but like it just continues to piss me off.
In Wano, we are in Wano in One Piece, and I know. Okay, for all the people who are listening and who are stuck because of the coronavirus, if you have ever thought there was a time to start One Piece, the time is now. It is now the time to start One Piece. You can do it. Actually, there's a post that I put up. If you watch 33 episodes a day, you can get through One Piece in 29 days. And it's only going to take you 8 hours a day, 8.5 hours a day to watch 33 episodes. I did the math. You're welcome.
Anyway, and y'all not doing nothing in your house. Just have it playing in the background. They got it dubbed up to a certain point, and
they got it dubbed to up to 500 episodes.
Yeah, right. Dubbed is pretty long, so that
it's dubbed to 500 episodes. So you can do the last 4 sub. You'll be fine.
So, but that's really all I have on the show notes for this.
Look at you.
Anything? Yeah, I'm prepared. Is there anything you guys would like to have for closing remarks?
No, look for our next podcast. The next topic we'll be talking about our favorite characters.
Okay. TJ?
No, I got nothing. Next time, once we get more established, we can start recording. I mean, guys know I do have all kind of recording equipment.
Yeah.
We forget about that.
We can record in person. We want to set up a date to start doing this.
Yeah, but it's also nice to have a method of doing it from a more wireless.
The Rona.
Yeah. We do have Rona right now, so we gotta do it wirelessly. But yes, it'd be better. We had drinks in front of us. We could sit down and talk. Oh, we'd be talking all day.
Yeah,
all day.
All day.
Closing remarks from me. Thanks for watching or listening, buddy. I'm used to making YouTube and Twitch videos. I'm sorry, but thanks for listening, everybody, and coming out to the first episode of the Bmore Nerdy Podcast. I'm your host, and this is me signing off. I'm Galaxy Greg, and Space Awaits. Peace. Be sure to follow us on our socials, which will be posted at this current moment. When I post a video version, but mine is Instagram and Twitter at Galaxy Greg, spelled with a 1 and a 3 for an E.
We have an Instagram page too. It's called Bmore Nerdy. So follow our Instagram and our Twitter.
Okay.
I know. I'm on it.
I need to get on that. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.
All right. That's the end, everybody.
I'm about to say stop recording.
How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this?
How do I leave?
I can't leave. I just had to find the Craig leave, but it's still going to record, but I can just cut this part out. It's easy.
Yeah.